I am a big advocate of hormone testing, and lots of doctors aren't, because they tell women this myth that your hormones change every day, so there's no point checking them. Well, that just isn't true. Our hormonal cycle when you're having a period is based on the infradian cycle. And essentially that's roughly a 4-week cycle where your hormones are changing, of course, and fluctuating, but it's more week to week than day to day. So I think for a long time, women have been fed this line that just isn't true, that if I check your hormones today, they're going to be different tomorrow. Well, that's just not really true. So with testosterone, you get a bit of a surge of testosterone around ovulation, which biologically means you feel more like having sex, you can get pregnant, but the rest of the month it's pretty steady. In terms of your estrogen and your progesterone, so both are low the week when you're on your periods. And this is why I don't agree with day 4 hormone tests. It's not giving me any useful information. Week 2 is when your body starts getting ready for ovulation, which for most women is between day 10 and day 14 of the cycle. So I don't do bloods then either, because you're going to have a high level of estrogen, which is what you need to create ovulation. And your progesterone is very low, because you don't start producing progesterone until you ovulate, because it's produced from a part of the egg that you release. So I like to do bloods around the 3rd week of the cycle. If that's a regular cycle, that's day 21 of your cycle. If your cycle's a bit shorter, it might be a bit sooner, like around day 17 or 18 or 19. And there I'm looking for the imbalance between the estrogen, which has started to come down a little bit after ovulation, and the progesterone, which should be surging. Around day 21, that's going to tell me whether you're fertile, but not just that, it's going to give me a predictor of your PMS symptoms. And therefore, I can then recommend supplements such as Agnus castus, or actually taking a bit of bio or body identical progesterone in that second half of the cycle to stem off some PMS side effects, things like aching, things like poor sleep, things like hot flushes, mood not being as good, feeling more emotional, not being able to focus, feeling overwhelmed and less motivated. So that's why I work in a very individualized, personalized way to you, looking at not just your symptoms, but also some actual data and tweaking things accordingly. And then, of course, at some point, rechecking that data and making sure the intervention we put in is working and isn't just a placebo. I hope that helps you understand why I do blood testing or Dutch testing when I see patients to check their hormones.